Are we?
Okay. Okay.
Surprise!
Hi! I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited.
And I'm so excited that we have these people already viewing. So this is WordStitch. I am Chloe as always. And also today we finally have back
Sandy. I'm Sandy. As always, but not in December. Yeah, I'm back for today, and hopefully basically regularly. I think that could happen, like fingers crossed. So we're good. And we have Natalia again today.
Hello. So
everybody's here.
Love spending time with you ladies.
Yeah. Wow, it's been so long. I feel like it's been like a year. Like it's been like just this massive stretch of time for me. It hasn't been that long, has it?
It hasn't, but we actually do have a couple of new people, it looks like, watching the show right now, who I believe just joined us in the last month. So everybody, this is Sandy, who we always talk about. She's back. She's kind of on, kind of off maternity leave. We have her this week. We don't know how much else we'll have her. But let's go through. We've got a ton of people here already today. Yay. It's like everybody knew you were coming back. So we've got Melanie here. Happy New Year, Melanie. I hope you guys all had a good New Year. I had a cranky New Year, but I was also writing a fight scene, so it was okay. I channeled that. And Happy New Year, keep faith, baby. Happy New Year to Elizabeth. Howdy, Devin. And hey, Angel. And hey, Greg. And hey, Shadow. Welcome, everybody, today. So obviously, we're going to have a whole lot to talk about with Sandy when she gets back. Not personal stuff, but we just haven't seen her in a while. So catching up, what's going on with her in the writing world and whatever else she wants to talk about today. But Sandy, what are you working on today?
So I need to get my Mortal Inheritance book 2 out by like the 11th, because it's not like I set myself up with any complicated deadlines. It's proofread. It just like I literally just need to read through it one more time and like format it. That's my goal. And
okay,
maybe
perfect.
Check a few things, like make sure that the characters are ages, have like appropriate ages. So that's what I'm doing today, is trying to like do final touches.
Awesome. How about you, Natalia? What are you working on today?
Oh, Natalia's muted.
Natalia has muted herself.
There we go. Okay. I was doing some noisy stuff. I forgot. So I'm working on my planner today. Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
I can't.
But I have been pretty much off the face of the earth for 2 months because my life has been sheer chaos. So I am finally back, and I have to get my weekly plan set up because that's the only way I write. I am doing like tons of writing sessions. I'm doing like 6 writing sessions a week. So there is that. But today is about planning.
Also, like January 4th, everybody is doing planning right now. It's just whether you're planning a week or a year right now, everybody's doing some sort of planning. I'm not, because I just had like the soul defeating year in review that I wrote up. I was like, oh, actually, this year was a whole train wreck, and it wasn't even COVID who did it. So I am working on the 5th book or the 4.5th book, depending on how that works out in my Demon Romance series. I had a major breakthrough on the plot last night, so hopefully the issue I was having that was keeping me from writing it is solved. But also because of that major breakthrough that happened at 2:00 in the morning, I got about 3 hours of sleep, and I've done no writing today. So
the breakthrough, right?
Yeah. But you never know what really is causing you to not write, and maybe it is just the plot. Hopefully it is just the plot. And I've got it all worked out now, except for one little thing. So I need to write. So we are going to write. It is that time. Let me get that right screen up. We are not writing for 20 minutes. We are writing for 10 minutes. And it is 4:06 in Atlanta. So oh God, where is that timer? Why do I always panic when I pull this up? This has been me going solo for too long now. So we are going to write until 4:16. Good luck, everybody. Okay, we are back. How did you do, Sandy? Did you get your work done? Did you get some of your work done? Obviously, not all of it.
I did. Okay, so one of my finishing touches right now, I had this like long essay at the end of my book. I'm cutting that by like 10 pages.
Why do you have an essay at the end of your book?
Right. I think it was like a little like 2020 feminist rant, which I will perhaps publish someplace like a blog, but like not in the back of the book. So
it was like an afterword. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that's not the correct place for that.
It's not.
Natalia, how did you do?
I did well. I got a bunch of stickers in my book. I know it's very kindergarten, but you know. I'm like one of those planners who I like to put a little bit of pop of color in there, but like, you know, there's some people who you see their planners, it's like totally, like half the page is covered in stickers. And I can't do that because in my brain that already goes like this goes even faster.
Yeah.
I want to look at all the pretty little things. So I limit it to one pretty thing per page. So
I get too distracted by the pattern with stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got 220 words. So
nice.
and I had to get up because I accidentally left the refrigerator door open. So thankfully I've got a refrigerator that yells at me when I do that. Yeah. So let's see what happened in chat while we were writing. Melanie says, I'm still adding the support character POVs to my YA dark fantasy novel. Halfway done and broke 37K last night. Well done.
That's actually really hard to do, like to add in those like supporting character perspectives, you know, like you're weaving in these like little side stories and like trying to make it all work. Sorry.
No, it's fine. And for Melanie, I know that part of it was also she was taking pre-written scenes and switching the perspective on them, which is also a whole ass thing. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're making good progress on it.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Courtney. Thanks for joining. Let's see. And yeah, if you like us, that'd be nice. Greg isn't doing any work today, or hasn't done any work today either, and it is 2100 or 9 p.m. over there. Yeah, as Melanie says, if you need to take a break, but actually take a break, because I think where I've been messing myself up lately is I haven't, I'm trying to work and I'm not getting any work done. And what I really need to be doing is saying, you know what, I'm just taking the day off. So take a day off if you need to. I mean, hang out with us, absolutely, but take those days off.
It is so critical too, right? Because if you don't take that time to just like sleep or I don't know, like take a walk in like the outdoors, that's a thing, guys.
Yeah,
I know writers don't.
I feel like I have lost the last like 2 weeks, whereas if at some point I had just said, you know what, I'm going to take off for like the next 3-4 days, I feel like I would have been ready to go. And instead I am just slugging along terribly. So yeah, please take a break if you need to.
Yeah.
Hey, Sako, I just skipped. There we go. Hey, Herb, it's been a while. Glad to see you back. And let's see, Keep Faith wrote 130 words. That's fantastic. Shadow did 2 Chinese lessons. Also fantastic. You're doing duo, right? And then 50. So Greg did a little bit of work and he did some research. As always, I want to know what you did for your research. And Elizabeth got 362. And Courtney is currently reading. I would like to know what you're currently on, Courtney. And Herb is not, in fact, dead.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear it.
So I want to know who's reporting your death. Like, did I miss something? Did I have the last couple months when I was gone?
I think it's more the last couple of months he's been gone.
January is such a great time though, right? Because everybody's like, I have to come back. Like I must. There must. That's how I felt today. Like,
Right.
like I have a new baby, you guys. I handed him over. Handed him over. And to my mom, to my husband's mom, and said, "Here, play with this." They're all super happy. It felt really good to do that and get to come back.
Oh, Herb did have a bad scare there. Herb had a heart attack and bypass surgery the last week of October. I am so glad you are back with us.
That's a real threat of death. That's not like reports.
Yeah, that was an actual wow. I'm really glad you're back.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Pay attention to that self-care thing. That's
right.
We like it that you're back.
Greg was looking up what limestone looks under a magnifying glass, which I bet is fun looking under magnifying glass. I don't remember that one. I remember we used it a bunch to demonstrate the Mohs scale, but I don't remember seeing it under a microscope. Oh, but you did get to ride a helicopter. So that was a perk, right?
Okay. This is, I think, actually like a silver lining, you know, because every other time in your life you can't ride a helicopter because it's so incredibly freaking dangerous. But if you're riding it to get to a hospital, then it's less dangerous than if you're not. So, you know, it's the only time, Herb. You got to enjoy that, you know, and make it what it is.
Right. Were you conscious? That's what I want to know. Were you already?
Yeah. But do you remember your helicopter ride?
Did you get to enjoy it?
We're really glad that you're back, Herb. Seriously, like that's
yeah.
And I think that's
sending totally good vibes your way because that's like super scary. My dad had a heart attack and it was like devastating on the family. So sending good vibes.
Yeah, lots of self-care vibes to all. I feel like 2021 should be a year of self-care. Like we all had a really, really difficult 2020. So like in 2021, it needs to be that year of like self-care, not where you're like baking sourdough bread all of the time.
Oh no, we have graduated to brioche, Sandy.
Brioche is like far better than sourdough bread. Yeah, I approve of that.
I tried to make it and it was really easy, which proved that I made it wrong. It didn't come out right. And I'm convinced it's because it was really easy to make. Yeah, Herb, that is quite an adventure that you went on. Again, I'm just glad that you've made it back here. And hey, Fauna, thanks for joining. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into our next sprint.
Okay.
There we go. Let me find my buttons. So this sprint, we are going to go for 25 minutes. I'm like forgetting my times now. I'm doing too many sprints at too many random times, so I don't know anything anymore. We are going to go for the next 25 minutes. It is 4:25 in Atlanta, so we will see you guys at 10 of. Good luck, everybody. We are back. Let me know how you guys did.
Microphone troubles. Sorry.
Oh, you have a pink one. I've never seen one like that before.
Yeah, I need to put some WD-40 on that, huh?
Yeah, that was dramatic. Good morning, everybody.
Sorry.
Did you get anything done, Sandy?
Okay, so I decided I was being so ridiculous about the acknowledgments. I just deleted a bunch of stuff. It felt great. I'm done with that.
Love it.
It is 3 pages now, including
Nice.
the page of thanks. So
Okay.
I feel good about that.
I don't even have acknowledgments. Like, whatever, I wrote this book.
Since this was a YA book, I actually felt this time that I needed to put in a pitch for young adult books written by own voices, which I'm not. So I don't know. It was a little complicated to say, but I felt like I needed to put a, look, there's a difference between a self-published book written by a straight cisgendered privileged white female and some amazing book written by a own voice by an author who hasn't been represented. So I don't know. It was hard to say, but I managed to do it in 2 pages. So we're done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. How about you, Natalia?
I got a lot done. I created a whole document to organize. I created a document for organization. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know me, who is on here, this is the running joke my entire life because I love to plan and organize. So I've got Kanban boards, I've got binders for projects, I've got a planner. But sometimes I plan and organize more than I actually do. So the goal is to stop doing that and to actually do more work than organization in my life. So
Natalia, I feel like 15, 20 years ago, if you had kids and are rocking that whole thing, you'd be a scrapbooker. You'd be one of those insane scrapbookers.
Yes, I totally agree.
I have stuff for scrapbooking, but my issue was I was an at-home mom and I loved it. But my issue was I wanted to do everything and I had 2 boys. So we were constantly, running back and forth. So by the time we got home after, fun activities, and then when they started school, I was volunteering in their school for 30 hours a week. I had all these little projects I wanted to do, but never actually completed, which is the story of my life. And which is why,
that's how I've always felt about scrapbooking, which I know that this is going to sound really judgmental towards scrapbookers, and I swear it's not at all, but I feel very much it's one of those things where if you're going to do it to its maximum, then your entire life becomes scrapbooking and you can no longer participate in those things that you are scrapbooking.
Right.
I remember I worked at Michael's for a little while. I used to, because I'm a cake decorator and I used to be a cake decorating instructor. So I worked at Michael's and I would see these ladies who would just get all of this insane stuff that I didn't even know. When you get to the point where you're putting buttons in your scrapbook, these pages don't even flat. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh my gosh. Here, I gotta show you on that note.
Oh no.
I'm so excited. No, it's not a button. But I saw these cute little paper clips.
Those are cute. Those are really super cute.
But Lord have mercy on my soul. I cannot use them because they're too thick. So other people, they have their planners and it'll start out that big, but by the end of the year, it's that big because they have so many stickers and so many of these types of things. So I just kind of take them out and I look at them every now and then, and you can play with the little fluffy, furry little button or whatever. But yeah, so I have cute things, but actually I stopped buying stuff because I'm like, it's just a total waste. So now I'm in that like purging thing. Like, okay, this doesn't work for me. Let me gift it to someone. So that way someone who will use it can use it as opposed to it taking up space in my world. So anyway, and listen, you see the comments, there are plenty of people out there who are just like me.
Yes.
I just want to say that. Thank you.
We're going to get there in a second. I wrote 632, so I did okay.
Oh,
and then yes, I don't have a poker face, and I am easily and like obviously frightened. Not frightened, but like when I take a startle, I am so very obviously startled. It's just how I am. Shadow finished language lessons for the day and switched laundry, so now you can write. Woo! And Melanie took all the chapter labels out of your manuscript so that all scenes are divided up amongst the POVs. You may not have to add any more, maybe. That's something to come back to when you're editing. And Fauna is working on a video. Melanie is printing and rereading to make sure everything flows. Yeah. A lot of people use that printing. I've never been able to like do the printing thing.
I've never been able to get my printer to do it. Like every time I've tried to print like 500 pages, I only managed to print like 120. Then I spend like 3 hours fixing my damn printer.
Oh, okay.
I get mad as soon as I start marking thing on the paper. And then I'm like, I'm just going to go back to what I'm doing. Greg got 242 words. Fantastic. I was thinking from Keep Faith Baby, I was thinking about making a Kanban board for my 2021 Bujo. I have no idea what that board is, but
right here.
What is it? It just looks like a cork board to me.
It's a board divided into 3 sections. One is your tasks. The middle section is your work in progress, and the other section is your completed.
Okay. But it is actually just cork boards.
Right. Mine goes bottom to top. Because I like thinking about, I'm going to do this when pigs fly. So it's very intentional how I have mine set up. Anyway.
I just, on my dry erase board that I have on my door, I just erased it to put my January plans up, which sounds really timely, but what I erased was my October plan. So Melanie agrees with your planning obsession. Last week, she gathered all of her binders and notebooks together and put them in a storage container to go through and reorganize everything. That sounds really productive, though. Angel plans too much sometimes and was able to get some math practice done. Awesome.
I have a planner this year. I wrote things like sleep, learn to take care of a baby, and to don't kill anyone on it. I mean, my husband.
Those are
who's a great dad
for you this year. I think you gotta like set the bar a little low this year and just aim on like existing without being in jail.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So Shadow used to be a scrapbooker. I think it's kind of gone by the wayside a little bit, but I don't. Yeah, I feel like the scrapbookers of 20 years ago are like the Bujos of now.
Yeah.
And then Fana is just like struggling. Yeah, that sounds like it's an adventure. Getting that video together. So good luck to you on that. Herbert $2.99 with some interruptions. That's okay. And Melanie has an entire wall for this. You know what's funny is in my house, I literally just like don't have walls where I can do this stuff with. I was thinking about making a tapestry to get back into quilting again, and then I was like, I don't have a wall to hang it on. Right. So if I was to do Kanban, I would have to have doors.
I see closet door. That's prime real estate back there.
Yeah, exactly. That's where. Well, but it's got a slatted door though. It's got the like shutter slats in it.
Right.
So I don't even know if that would work. I could probably come up with like some really fascinating system to make that work though. Melanie, it can be an entire wall. I'm not going to judge you.
She's going to judge you, but she's still going to love you.
Yeah, I mean,
at least that's what I tell people. I'm going to judge you. I'm still going to love you, but
I like one of the reasons that I don't have walls to do this on is because I like to just paint entire walls. So I can't judge anybody for what they do with their walls.
So did you paint that wall behind you then?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I've been coveting it every single time I'm on the video. I'm like, oh, I want that wall.
Natalia, sometime I'm going to have to do like a virtual tour of all of the walls of my house.
Oh my gosh.
Sandy can vouch for all of the walls of my house.
I can vouch. They look amazing.
Oh,
Let's do some amazing work. Let's do some of that.
I have a Bob Ross wall.
It's seriously amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do our 30-minute. It is 5:01, so we will see you guys at 31 past. Get some words in. Okay, we are back. How did you guys do? Were you able to get any work done, Sandy?
Yes, I fixed an age problem that my book has. Well, I partially fixed it. And that involved like pulling out a timeline program that I haven't looked at in a really long time. So I feel really like accomplished for even starting to fix that problem.
I just had to reread. So book 5 is going back to Killian and Eloise. So I started writing it and I got like 10,000 words through it. And then I was like, I really need to go back and reread book 2 just to like get the feel of them again. I found so many goddamn continuity errors. Oh my God. And like real dumb, like nothing that I think a reader would really like notice and point out, but like real dumb little stuff. So yeah, I understand having to go that extra busting out timelines and stuff to figure things out. How about you, Natalia? What did you get done?
I completely finished the one project that I was working on, my document, and I am ready to print, so that's good. So
awesome.
Yeah. I have a question. What timeline program do you use? I've been kind of dabbling with Plotter, but it's an online program. Do either of you use a separate timeline one or no?
Yeah, I use Aeon Timeline. It's spelled Aeon Timeline. I gotta tell you, I think the learning curve on it makes it impractical for most writers. Like unless you're writing seriously epic sci-fi sagas that like are going to last for 8 books, which is not something you should do, by the way.
Me?
I speak from experience. You should consider just making a story that doesn't require you to have a massive freaking timeline.
Right.
That's but here I'm gonna put this. I'll put this in the thing so that you guys can find it. Because it is, if you're willing to do the work, but this is like, let's put it like this. This would take you like a lot longer to learn than it would take you to learn Scrivener.
Right. So, oh my gosh. I think it took me 2 years to learn Scrivener?
So like it syncs with Scrivener. I really like that. I also have wasted a lot of time syncing it up to Scrivener. Like a lot.
Right.
But it's cool. I mean,
I'm using Wavemaker that has a timeline tool in it. It's fairly rudimentary though. It's really just like a straight timeline. It's done in a butterfly, but like the butterfly doesn't actually mean anything. It just gives it a little bit more space. I wish I could remember what it was. Or am I thinking of Plotter? I might just be thinking of Plotter. I do know that there is one writing program that has like a really extensive timeline thing in it where you can follow different, courses through it.
Yeah, I think Plotter's like that. Because they have like preset outline type things, but you can use them. But it's set up as a timeline, yeah.
I've never found an outline or a timeline tool that I like, and even I tried to get an Excel timeline, like a template for a timeline, and I went through like 10 of those, and none of them worked right for me either. So I feel like timelines are almost better if I just like had that wall. If I just had a wall.
Right.
And like the sticky note tags. And there was like a 4-pack of sticky notes. I feel like that is how I would timeline best if I had to do a full-on timeline.
I think if I did that, my like wall would be covered in sticky notes for like 14 years. But the thing that's crazy is like, why can't you in Scrivener I know you can create like custom metadata fields, right? So like you could theoretically create a field and then like put the timeline for any chapter in. But why doesn't it just have an automatic timeline view? Like why isn't there like an easy, like this is the year it happened and then like you click a button and it shows you all your chapters in order of timeline. Like that doesn't seem complicated. It's
that is one of those things that I get really frustrated with Scrivener. Yeah, it says I don't know. Scrivener never like that's the thing with the alien romance that I'm doing, where I've got that like really tight thing where like that timeline is so important on it because I've got 6 stories meshing on the same timeline. Right. And that I've got like a huge space on the side to put different like sticky notes in, basically. So like every single one of those scenes, I have where it is on the timeline. And then I also have it in the timeline feature, and it's still not perfect, but yeah, but like I can do that and still have like room for any of the notes that I want there. And yeah, it's that issue that no writing program is perfect, and most of them are heavily flawed.
Seriously, if only we could all create a program. Like, dude, this should be a Kickstarter. We should all get together and do a Kickstarter to create like a perfect writing program.
There are a few things out there, and timeline is definitely one of them, where I just don't understand why no writing programs have a really strong one in it. Just, the same way that I feel about spreadsheets, and none of them have just like a blank data grid for me to fill in how I choose. Although Wavemaker does also have, I didn't really realize that this was its function before, but it does have the grid planner in it. It's just like a little too chunky. Because again, it's still kind of like a Post-it note size for each box. And of course, like with an Excel spreadsheet, the perk to it is that they're itty bitty boxes.
Right.
All right, let us check out comments, because we are sitting on like 40 minutes of comments over here.
A lot of comments, yeah, and people have done great things, and also have contributed to the Scrivener discussion, and have said things like Scrivener is difficult.
I am scrolled up to 5:02 p.m., so I'm not even close to that. Devin wants MTV Cribs, Author Tube Edition. I support that.
Me too.
Natalia has mentioned that she wants to do write-ins for y'all planners. Devin might be able to answer this question, because Devin is now the Author Tuber PA, and it's amazing, and we love you for it. Devin, Sandy, you don't know about this yet, but Devin is now like setting up playlists every single day for who's streaming.
Oh my God, I love you, Devin.
Yeah. So, but Natalia, if I remember correctly, I think it is Caro who does like fairly frequent planner productivity things.
Okay.
Yeah, so look up Caro's stream, and I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly, I know there's somebody who does them like monthly or whatever, and I think it's her. So the same thing for Angel. I feel like that's a thing. I could be making it up, but hopefully I'm not. Keep Faith is still waiting for Bujo supplies to arrive. This has been such a bad year about getting stuff, and like, of course, like I get why it's so bad with the post office and all of that, but also like this is the year we need it the most. Devin threw his planner from 2020 out the window in March. That's exactly how I am. I feel like March is the farthest I've ever got in like a regular calendar. Keep Faith, baby, might have had to go. If you are still here, good night. If not, thanks. You don't get a message.
Oh my gosh. Can we do this one? I'm sorry, this just popped up, but I feel like it's important to bring up Boozy Planner-orama.
Yeah. That is Caro's, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
Lisa, that's right. It's Lisa and Caro who does that. Thank you, Melanie, for getting that up there. Yeah, they just had it. Devin in Canada is in lockdown again.
That's good.
We don't believe in lockdown in America, because I am fine with lockdowns, but that's okay. That's okay. And Melanie is also okay with lockdowns. So Herb got 685 words in 19 minutes. Well done, Herb. And Melanie outlined the starting points for all of the POVs to make sure they're falling into the right chapters and that I didn't overlook any. Yeah, that is something that when I'm bouncing around through different characters, that is one of those things that I do actually color code for. I will put a color code on each of the characters just to make sure exactly that nobody has slipped through the cracks. Courtney has finished her outline. That is fantastic. And Melanie's making dinner. Oh God, I jumped. I did that thing. There we go. Oh, I'm so far behind. Sorry. Greg did 402 words. I'm glad that you ended up writing. I know that we were all like, don't write, writing sucks, but I'm glad that you ended up doing it. Sometimes that's exactly what I need to do. Like, there are those days where it's like 9 p.m. and I'm like, I'm just not going to write tonight. And then next thing I know, it's midnight and I've just written 3,000 words.
Oh my gosh, like 400 words can make you feel so good at 9 o'clock at night. Like, I did something today and now I'm going to go get that self-care in.
Exactly. Like, yes, we are doing it. Sometimes it has to be way too late, but then magically you get all of your words. Shadow did 85 words, and Angel got her new planner during the and Melanie is impressed that Courtney's doing 4 POVs. It is like the more you have, certainly the more tricky it gets. There's the Eon timeline. Herb was thinking about getting off Scrivener. I support that. I've gotten off of Scrivener, and like I don't know that I like anything better than Scrivener, but I don't. What I'm working on now, I don't dislike more than Scrivener. And yeah, I know a lot of people who do Google Docs too. I'm not a fan of it, but like everything works a little bit different for everybody. So if Google Docs works for you, awesome. So Greg, Sandy, you have a video on here about Scrivener somewhere, right?
Yeah, at some point I was doing a bunch of like little Scrivener secrets and then my life just blew up into chaos. But yeah, I have at least one.
So Greg, if you remind me next time I'm doing a solo stream, I will do a whole walkthrough on Scrivener with you. But basically what Scrivener does is it sets everything up so that each chapter is its own file, so to speak, but like within a layout. So it's a lot easier to organize things than it is in a Word document. And then it has a bunch of extra features on it that help you. There's like color coding and there's keywords, and there's a special section that has all of your like research stuff in it. And basically it's all arranged so that you have what would be in Microsoft Word a navigation pane. But it's a cleaner navigation pane. You don't have to like worry about headers and stuff like that. And they're all little separate documents. So for writing novels, it does help to have that extra bit of organization. Hopefully that answers that question. But again, if you ask me when we're not doing the full shebang, I will do a quick run through of Scrivener with you. And Melanie, LibreOffice is just Microsoft Word. It's just open office Microsoft Word. Let's see. And then we're just talking more about that. Oh, yeah. It does also have nice formatting things in it, depending on what you're working on. And I've never gotten into it, but I guess it's pretty strong for actually making ebooks directly out of it. And yep, specifically geared toward writers. the timeline thing is an issue with it. Oh God, there are so many comments down here. I'm just gonna scroll really quickly. Melanie is also suggesting novelist. I haven't tried novelist yet, so I'll go ahead and put that on my list.
Novelist.
And yes, Melanie, I'm like, I feel like I kind of have to go to Walmart tonight and buy fabric because I want to do a crafternoon tomorrow.
A
But
crafternoon.
that's it.
Is
Like
that
it's
a
shopping.
new thing?
What was that?
Is a crafternoon? Is that a new thing? Is that a thing that you're videoing?
No, so crafternoon is a thing that I used to do with friends of mine from work back when we could actually meet together and craft together. But like that term just has stuck with me and I miss those crafternoons. So now I'm like, I'm going to start doing virtual crafternoons, which are just our sew-ins. But crafternoon is a funner term for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I am going to totally not try to spend the next like 15 minutes learning how to do timelines in Scrivener. I think there might be a way, actually. We should write. We should write.
We should. I have gotten to the bottom. We should write. So we are going to, this is our final 10-minute that we are doing. We'll do 10 and then we'll talk about what our schedule is in the next couple of days. I don't know why I never go to the right button on this, but that's okay. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Okay, we are back. That was our final sprint for the day. How did you do, Sandy?
I got caught up on another continuity timeline type thing. I need to write a little tiny short thing. Hopefully that won't take me more than like a couple hours. Oh God, it can't take a couple hours. Hopefully it won't take me more than like 30 minutes. That's what I did.
How about you, Natalia? Natalia
Natalia
is
is muted.
but she is talking animatedly despite her mute.
Yes, thank you. I did great. I mean, I'm happy with what I did. It's good to be back finally and starting to write again. I've been gone for way too long, so I'm ready. So,
Yay. Yeah. And I got 187 words there. So I got a grand total of 1,752, which fell way short of my goal for today, but that's okay. The day is not entirely over yet. It just depends on what I decide to do when I leave this, because again, I'm seriously considering going to Walmart to get some fabric.
Priorities.
Yeah. Also, we're not going to talk about like the mountains of fabric that I have, but I really want to do a little one square wonder to get myself back into it. And I know I don't have any fabric that's valid for that. Yeah. So Shadow got 6 words. Greg got no words. Devin got food. And thank you for joining and being productive, Courtney and Melanie. But Greg is just 3 words from 29,000 for the whole novel, so you should write those 3 words.
Yeah,
like you can write any 3 words. Just put a couple of prepositions, and they'll work.
Yeah. Then he said, "Yeah, you're done. You got that. You got this, Greg. We believe."
Yeah. So anything else from us today?
What's the next? Like, I know that there's this whole playlist thing, but what's the next time that WordStitch is doing?
Okay. So our schedule is out of control now, Sandy.
Excellent.
I took over, and it's insane now. So tomorrow I will be doing Rise and Write from 8 to 10. And then 1 to 3, I'll be doing on my personal channel either the Crafternoon or a Game and Write, and that will also be on Twitch most likely.
A Game and Write? What is that? That sounds.
Oh my
awesome.
God, I'm doing that on my personal channel now because it's playing a video game and also gaming, or also writing. Like I do a bit of gaming and then I do a writing sprint.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's my new thing.
Are you sharing what your channel is in case anybody wants to go head over there?
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, it's Chloe Alice Balkin, and it is linked below in the footer.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yep, as is my Twitch channel. So that is tomorrow, 8 a.m. here, and then 1 p.m. on my personal channel and also on Twitch. And then I will also be 1 o'clock on Wednesday on Twitch, most likely. Definitely 8 p.m. on this channel for Night Write on Wednesday. And then Thursday, 10 a.m. Rise and Write. And Friday, 8 a.m. Rise and Write, which has been like off the docket for ages now because I got sick, and then Christmas, and then New Year's. So I'm excited to get back to the 8 a.m. thing. So yeah, the schedule is out of control. It is what it is.
Sounds awesome. If I can, I'm going to try to join tomorrow at 8 a.m. What is going on outside? I don't know. It's 6 o'clock and things are happening in my house. This occurs regularly. Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Shall we do some legit outros here?
Yeah. Let's do a legit outro.
Yeah. So
you first.
Oh, you want me to start?
I can go first. I'm Sandy Vasher. I write well, right now I write nonfiction and also young adult fiction. And you can find all my information at the bottom of this thing, I think.
Yes.
Find me. And if you like this video and like this thing, then like us. We like that.
Yeah.
I self-promoted.
Okay.
Good job. Good marketing. Okay.
Natalia, it's your turn.
I'm Natalia, and I write YA fantasy, paranormal fiction. And I, as you all heard, I am a chronic planner girl. I love to plan. It makes me very happy. It's part of my self-care routine. That's what I'm going to say from now on. And I do, like, I have a YouTube channel, but like I said, I've been off the grid for a while already just because of some life chaos. But I also do Zoom write-ins. So if anybody wants to join me there, you can find me on Facebook. I have an author page on Facebook. It's just my name. Or like my Natalia Bafia, I think it is. And yeah, so if you want to join me on Zoom for some write-ins, aside from also YouTube, you're welcome. And you don't have to do a video, but that way, we can do voice chatting. So it gets kind of fun. A little wild sometimes, but yeah.
Awesome. And I am Chloe Alice Balkin. I am a writer of paranormal romance. I'm also now doing proofreading of romance books because people need to be proofreading romance books. I'm getting really mad about it. So a link is below to my Fiverr for that. And I stream on this channel with Sandy. And I stream on my personal channel as Chloe Alice Balkin. I also stream on Twitch, also as Chloe Alice Balkin. All the links are below. We will be back here at 8 a.m. tomorrow and 8 p.m. on Wednesday and 10 a.m. on Thursday and 8 a.m. on Friday. So we're here all the time. It never ends. Welcome to my quarantine. You guys all have a great day.
Thank you. See you, everybody.